Hey, I'm Nick Wolfe. I'm an international face painting superstar. And I got my start at Universal Studios and Disney, working for Enjoy Your Face Incorporated. And I learned the tricks of the trade and brought my lifelong passion for monsters to the industry. I think that's pretty much my claim to fame. I think I think my mom got me a dinosaur book, and my dinosaurs were my first love until we started watching Creature Feature, and then we learned about monsters and the werewolf and Creature from the Black Lagoon and Godzilla. Then, well, they had even more superpowers than the dinosaurs did. And then because we didn't just have monsters around all the time, only on Saturday afternoon. The only way you could have more monsters in your life is to make monsters. So that's when we started drawing them, and I've been drawing them ever since I can remember. So then when Star Wars came out, that really got me into robots and spaceships, and then Alien came out, and that got me into the horror stuff, and Dawn of the Dead. When Dawn of the Dead came out, and also we were in 8th grade, so I don't know, we were like 10, 11 or something like that. We got our first video camera, and we thought, well, why just limit the monster making to a paper? Really the biggest and best monster we could make would be life-size human monsters if we transformed into monsters, and the easiest monster to make are zombies. So in 7th grade, I think, is when we started making our first zombie video and started getting into the special effects makeup. But just like a lot of dreams are squashed, if you interview, I think it's 5-year-olds, half of them want to be president of the United States, and then of course by the time they graduate high school, none of them do. There's maybe a handful that still want to be president of the United States. And our dreams were kind of squashed along the way too. We thought, well, we have to move to Hollywood, we have to be professional makeup artist, and we have to have money to move to Hollywood, so there's no way we can be makeup artists. So after high school, we did a little college and basically spun our wheels with different jobs, played in a band, and all kinds of other stuff, never dreaming that we could be flying around the world teaching people how to make monsters. And then after spinning our wheels and being so broke and unsatisfied with life, we went to Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights and said, you know what, if we just, even if we're broke making monsters for Universal Studios, well, at least we'll be happy and broke instead of unfulfilled and broke. And then it just one thing led to the next, and literally I couldn't tell you where we're going to be in 5 years or 10 years. No idea, but I know there's going to be opportunities, doors opening constantly, and we're on the path. I'm sure is that, but I don't know what's going to be down there, but I know it's going to be amazing. The best advice somebody gave me about the industry. Don't pay for school. That's what somebody gave me advice. They said, don't spend $10,000, $20,000 on going to a makeup school, because this is the age of information. You can go on YouTube and literally for free get a video to do anything you want, from polishing your windshield wipers to spinning a bow staff to doing special effects makeup to playing guitar, which I just found out recently. I'm getting free guitar lessons now via YouTube, and that was the best advice. So we saved a lot of money doing that. Teachers are there to hold your hands. Teachers are there to point the way, but to spend $20,000 on that is, well, you could spend it on teaching yourself and going to classes like this. And you get way more out of it, because like at the most makeup academies, most special effects makeup schools, they don't teach face painting. And the advice I would give you, besides passing that along, but because not everybody's about teaching themselves. Some people need a little helping hand with that. But the advice I would give too is that this is a career. There is no one pivotal, easy for me to say, pivotal point that you're going to go, okay, well, I made it, or this particular gig will signify a milestone or a turning point in my career. It's just one after another, and there will be no gig that you go, okay, I made it. Brian and I always joke that you know you've made it when you have your own action figure. And if you're a makeup artist and you have your own action figure, you made it. You made it. No, actually, Brian went to the Navy for a little while, and then he moved to Gainesville, Florida for a while. So we were separated for years, and he was doing his thing and I was doing my thing, and that's when I started my band. And Brian called me up one day and said, was complaining about some situation he had going on in Gainesville. And I said, dude, why don't you just move down here? You can join my band and be my backup guitar player, and we'll just take over the world. We'll be rock stars. This was my epiphany when I was 24 years old. We'll be rock stars. We'll tour the world. We'll throw televisions out of hotel windows. We'll have groupies. We'll make music videos. We'll have T-shirts and swag, and most of that came true. And I haven't thrown any TVs out of any hotel windows yet, and there's not really any groupies. Most face painters are married and middle-aged. So, but other than that, we've definitely lived the decadent lifestyle. And working with Brian on the road is really easy. I mean, we had a couple little things that we had to work out. Like one, we were like, oh, we can't argue on the road in public, because when we go at it, people freak out. People are like, because we're always happy-go-lucky. We get along with everybody. So when we're going at it, people are like, oh no, it's like Armageddon. Like what? It's the end of the world. And the other thing was people put us in the same room a lot. Like they can go, okay, well, I have this big special gig, so I'm gonna pull in artists from all over the country. And we'll get so-and-so from New York, we'll get so-and-so from California, we'll get so-and-so from Seattle, and we'll get the Wolfe brothers, and here's your room key, and here's your room key, and here's your room key, and here's your 2 rooms key. Since you're brothers, we know you like sleeping together, and we got you a king bed, so you have plenty of room to sleep. I know. You can thank me later. So Brian breathes a little heavier than I do, or maybe I don't hear it or whatever. But he does the snore stop. So now, even if we do get stuck in the same room, it's no problem anymore. Oh, and we've also agreed to save it for the end of the tour or the end of the run if we have a disagreement. And usually by that time, we've already worked it out, and then it's like, hey, about Saturday, I know, I'm sorry too, and then that's it. So.